Gotta stop being so close to the microphone.
Awful.
See, but you sound better when you're closer.
Really? Wait, what kind of?
No, not like that. All right, 3, 2, 1. That's right. You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. I am your host, Scott. With me, as always, my co-host, Mary and Chris.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
That was a good one.
That was a good one. I
one.
should have called the last episode "What's in the Box." But
You should have.
yeah,
Missed opportunity.
Oh well.
Can we
always,
posted on the Craigslist like misconnections. You remember those?
Yeah.
Chris knows.
Yeah. As always, please connect with us on Facebook, No New Friends Podcast, the Instagram, no.new.friends.podcast, YouTube, subscribe to our channel. Please share our videos. You can email us, no new friends podcast @yahoo.com. Our Patreon, where you can become a Patreon member and have exclusivity on all access to all of our private videos. That's www.patreon.com.
I love that you call them private videos now.
I know. / No New Friends podcast. And please support our sponsors for all of your commercial and residential cleaning needs. I Believe Services. They're ibelieveservices.us 407-928-4595. And also, if you're looking to buy or sell your home and you want to do it virtually, contact Maria or Brandy at eXp Realty, and that's winterspringsLiving.com. And we're going to be adding another tag to that extremely long intro.
Beautiful.
What?
Because this just in, hot off the press, although when you're hearing this episode on Sunday, it's going to be old news, but we're recording on Wednesday. And today, Wednesday, June, 16th,
Yes.
Orlando Weekly released the list, the finalist for the Orlando Weekly Best of Orlando competition. And our listeners pulled through because the No New Friends podcast are finalists on Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition. So in Orlando, Chris,
I didn't know
That echoed. Wow, that was really impressive.
yeah, these
Sorry.
microphones, when you get high pitched, it like cuts it out for some
Oh,
reason. It's got like
I don't know how to do a low pitch.
Sound like a stadium. You like a whisk.
Is that better?
Perfect.
Yeah, sometimes your
That's the
dolphin
new
voice
one.
doesn't come through. But
That's
that one's
more like
perfect.
a gerbil or like a guinea pig.
It's like a dying guinea pig. That's like the last breath of the guinea pig.
That's his last.
Wow.
Oh,
So this is a big deal here.
Explain to me, because Orlando Weekly, I've never heard of it because I do not live in Orlando.
You do not. So Orlando Weekly is a publication that comes out how often?
Weekly?
Well, it
Every
depends-
weekly.
well,
Just want to help you out there.
and it's kind of the what to do in Orlando.
yeah,
Okay.
so they have I'm going to step in here,
Please
as
do.
the marketing person. So they have a couple of different like publications that they do, but they also have an online site, and they're very good with their like SEO. So if you Google
And
what to do in
those
Orlando,
for those of us who don't know marketing speak, what does SEO stand for?
search engine optimization.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
Scott. Come on, man.
Come on, Scott. But so like a lot of times it pulls you to that site. So it's really cool that we're tagged in with that, even just as
Oh, I see.
being nominated. So, and they do events around town too. Not as much lately, but I think they're starting to rev that back up. So
Yeah, they've
did,
got
like,
United We Brunch. The
United We
Beer
Brunch. They did
Fest.
a sweet and savory event.
Yep.
Like they do all
Yep.
kinds of like really cool like events. Some of them are like smaller boutique events, but some are like huge. Like
Right.
United We Brunch was big,
massive,
right? Like,
massive. And then they started doing it twice a year.
Mhm.
And it was at the venue where Rachel and I got married. So like that was
Mhm.
we love that event.
Yeah, so it draws a lot of locals out and stuff. So like it's just kind of like one of those go-tos. Like they have lots of like date night guides and like what to do. It's the area thing, I guess.
It's not news. It's kind of like if you want to know what's happening, like
or what to do.
Fringe
Yeah.
Festival comes out. They really go all out on Fringe Festival, theme
Gotcha.
parks, all this stuff.
And even now, like I've lived here for so long, but sometimes I'll still go there to like scope out what are like
Sure.
on
What's
like,
new?
like the hidden treasures around town, like to go see and do. So that's it. And so with the best of Orlando, they throw this huge party for it at the end of the voting and stuff. And that's when they announce all the winners and do all that stuff. So it's a really cool event. It's pretty cool that we got invited and are nominated.
Exactly. Yeah. When Mary and I were at the the first family entertainment center that we were at, the go-kart place, named after a famous Indy driver. Like
Famous Indian driver.
Indy driver. He was actually Italian, but we
Very different.
like, this is such a big deal that we paid money to sponsor our section. It was Best Go-Kart Center, which gave us the when you go to that section, you'll see a business on, like, so when people vote, they would see blank indoor karting and games.
My God, that is brilliant.
Yeah, why didn't we do?
Yes.
Why didn't we
That's
do?
brilliant.
Why didn't we do?
Because
best
it's very
podcast,
expensive.
Best podcast who doesn't make friends or something.
You know, it'd be really cool, like if we had a marketing person that could really like do stuff like that. Like it would be so cool.
It's expensive.
Maybe the same person who did that marketing stuff.
Right. It's expensive, but it's worth it because, one, you're going to get exposure, and it's an active link. So not only do people tend to vote, like if they don't know any of the names, they tend to vote for you, but it's also an active link, which would be really nice. But it's like, it's expensive. It's more than what we're making right now. So
you say we. Chris and I have jobs, Scott. Jesus.
Oh, well then, okay, great. Can you guys sponsor our section?
No, because I'm still trying to pay out all the corgi coin I owe people.
I do have a bit of good news for you guys.
Okay.
For all of us.
Okay.
So
wait, what do you mean for all of us?
Well, so listen. So we're going into this contest as like the 16th seed into the March Madness bracket. Like we are like the underdogs.
I don't know. We were listed third, and it was not alphabetized.
We are
the black horse.
Impressive, but we're the underdogs going up against a powerhouse like Tom and Dan. But
Huddle, Ryan Holmes.
But
guys,
stop listing other people, Scott. What the hell is wrong with you?
We'll bleep that out.
There's no other option, only Zool. Like, what are you doing?
Every year is a best of Philly, right? And every year, Cherry Hill bands together and votes our cheesesteak place for the best cheesesteak in Philly, and it's outside of Philly. Every year, Chick's Deli in Cherry Hill,
get on that Winter Garden
wins
stuff.
the best of Philly cheesesteak.
So here's been my strategy since this happened. Like this morning, I was applying for jobs, was super depressed because there was a job that I really wanted that I got deselected for. So,
was it the zoo?
No. I was super, super depressed. And then all of a sudden I see the notification that Best of Orlando list is out.
This is actually news to me about the third place thing, Scott.
I know. I didn't say we're in third place. I just said that they listed us third.
Oh, okay. So I'll take it as third place.
Yeah, exactly. So but we're like right above Tom and Dan. So I don't think that it has anything.
No, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. We're third.
So I see that and I was like, okay, well, let's see what happened. I know we're probably not going to get nominated because, you got Tom and Dan, you got Ryan Holmes, you got Tuttle, you got
again, why are you doing this?
I don't know. So I see we're on the list and I'm like, holy shit. And it really turned my day around. So I've been doing nothing but just pushing, getting votes. So it's under Best of Orlando, Best Local Color, Best Local Podcast. So on all the podcast groups that I belong to, I've been like, vote for us. Any friends and family that I know, my entire neighborhood, I put it on our neighborhood Facebook group.
Tell them they get free ice cream if they vote.
Well, not if they vote. If we win, I will buy everybody I will hire the ice cream man to come over here and feed everybody.
Are you going to pay that out of our No New Friends bank account, or how does that work? I need to know.
So then I did some bad things too.
Oh God, Scott!
Can we air this?
Huh?
Can we air this? Is this okay?
Well, yeah, it's fine. It already happened.
I don't even know what it is, so I don't like this.
And I'm not going to say that. No, I'm going to say because they deserve it's the Nadu podcast or whatever. It's under the Obligatory Network, but the host is a guy that I know. His name is Kermit Gonzalez. He's a comedian here in this area. So the Obligatory Network posted, hey, vote for us and all that. I comment, hey, congratulations on the nomination, but don't sleep on @New Friends podcast, like on their page. And then Ken Miller, who is nominated, he's on Real Laughs. He's nominated for Best Local Comedian. So like I put my guide to voting and I listed Ken Miller on there. He lists Kermit's show to vote for them for Best Podcast.
Oh,
so
man.
I comment, yeah, that's great and all, but watch out for the at No New Friends podcast. So like I'm like trolling people's
I don't know if I love it, Scott. I don't know if I love it. Like when they go low, we go high. Did you not learn anything from the Obamas?
I congratulated them and I said I love their show and I follow them and now they're following us.
You know what you just did? You Kanye'd them. You're like, I'm gonna let you have your nomination, but the No New Friends podcast is the best podcast of all time.
Here's my question. So Tom and Dan have won every year for the last like 5 years.
Yes.
Like they are the undisputed champions. Their podcast is now on Real Radio. Like it's a big, although their radio show is called A Corporate Time, their podcast is called A Mediocre Time.
I also feel like that is not fair.
You're not, so the category is best podcast that is not a radio show, but A Mediocre Time is not on radio. A Corporate Time is on radio.
Yeah, because it's under a different name.
I know.
They don't need this.
So I thought about
a different entity, probably protected by something.
Right.
I don't know.
I thought about going on their Facebook group because they have like 11,000 followers and saying, hey, congrats on the...
No, because then we have 11,000 new people who hate us. I don't need more than that. I have 5 children to do that. But maybe 7 children. I have all these people that hate me already. Like,
you know what? They insulted A Mediocre Time and Tom and Dan on this best local podcast thing because they didn't even capitalize their title.
I know, right?
So we're already.
What should I do? Should I put something on their wall? I mean, like this would be a great podcast to start a little podcast war with because that would be a lot of publicity.
Look, if this ends up like those like sign wars and like billboard wars, like kind of how Wendy's is with their Twitter.
Well, like the Twitter
I'm
wars,
here for it. Yeah, no, I'm here for it.
But that's what I'm thinking.
But do I get permission to roast people? Like, is that?
Well, I don't want to start a negative war because I would love to have a relationship
I mean
with Tom
like
and Dan.
punny and funny and like things like that.
Who do we know that is like that knows Tom and Dan that we just have in our back pocket?
I don't know. I feel like there's somebody, probably someone who is
very yeah. I think we need to give our buddy a call.
I don't know.
Here.
He's probably busy like riding all the roller coasters in Orlando. I don't know.
You know what we do? We have Remy call into Tom and Dan, and then Scott, you're with Remy. And it's not Remy, it's you.
Right.
And little Trojan horse.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Or they're tight with Joey Mazan.
Oh man.
That may be a better in.
We have some powerful friends in not so powerful places.
But the thing is like I have relationships with Russ Rollins and Carlos Navarro. Like those are bigger deals than Tom and Dan here in Orlando. I'm just too.
Oh, shots fired. We're gonna clip this.
Dang, you should.
Well, and also Russ Rollins is nominated for Best Local Big Shot, Not a Politician. Real Laughs.
So no, Russ and Bo, that's who I did that interview with.
Russ
right?
and Bo 2.0. They were nominated for Best Local Podcast last year, but they have been on hiatus because of COVID. So they haven't.
That was a fun interview. I wasn't expecting that. And
that
you
was
were
a
so
great
mad
podcast.
at me.
Oh, I was so mad, Chris. So Russ and Bo are my heroes, okay? And I set up.
Scott has a lot of heroes.
I do, and they're all in radio.
He doesn't need a hero.
It's like the Avengers.
Because he has plenty of them.
So I've known Bo Rhodes, who was the co-host of Russ and Bo. It's a very long story, which I'll tell you off air, but you know, Bo was one of the original Monsters, or the Monsters in the Morning, which is the morning show here in Orlando. Yes. So I've known Bo for years because he used to come into my restaurant. So because of my relationship with Real Laughs, their sales guy reaches out to me and says, hey, would you be interested in having Russ and Bo 2.0 record at the go-kart center that you work at? And I'm like, absolutely, let's talk. So he brings Bo out. And of course I fangirl. I've known Bo for years. Like Bo gives me a hug. Scott, what's up? So I get them to record an episode of Russ and Bo 2.0 at Andretti, and I'm so excited. Well, of course.
You said the name.
Oh my God, I did. So of course, the owners are there, and my CEO is there, and they have me run. Like I'm trying to manage the podcast because like that's a great relationship to have. It's a great connection to have, and they have me running all over the place with like other VIPs that like I give two shits about. So Mary's sitting there. They bring Mary on, and she gets to go on air with Russ and Bo.
But
I
here's the thing.
I come back, and I'm like,
and he sees me like all like mic'd up and shit, and he was so mad. But here's the thing: is I made a complete ass of myself anyways because it was Halloween, and they were like,
great. You were great.
Well, they were like, it wasn't fitting for the market that we were trying to promote though, because I was a hoe. Like it was not okay. Like they were like, oh, like what are you for Halloween? And I was like, well, I'm a cat. Duh. Like I had cat ears on. They're like, no, but like really, I was like, look, to my kids, I'm a cat. But 2 nights ago, I was a really slutty police officer. But my kids don't need to know that their mom's a hoe. So like, let's not talk about it. I think my name was Anita Bale or like something like that.
I feel like, didn't that happen another time? Like, I feel like that happened another time with us where either I was excited about something or something happened and you just kind of stole it. Oh, you know what it was? No, it wasn't. So, so we're at the next family entertainment center that we work together at. And this is opening week. And Mary's like, hey, I set us up to be on a podcast. And I'm like, okay, that's awesome. Super exciting. So we walk the host around and we sit down. Mary's like 3 minutes in and one of the local news stations comes. So she bolts.
I had to go, man. I'm the face of the operation
for the next 45 minutes.
You'll never guess what podcast it was.
The Gentleman's Room?
No.
What was it?
Yeah, I don't think he's. I gotta check in with that guy. I don't think he's posted anything in a while.
I've been checking in as well because I wanted to. He said he was gonna his third episode. I was interested in, and then
the D pics. Yeah,
no,
D pics are not okay.
No, look, okay,
I
so
scared him out of the podcast industry.
That was the title of that episode, and so I won't get into the backstory, but the attorney I work for had to ride with me in my car to go somewhere, and that was displayed on my thing. So she gets into the car and I like start her up, I crank her up, and the display says D pics are never okay. And she was like, I don't know if I like disagree, but what? Like, what are you listening to? And I was like, oh God, it's me.
Just some girl that sounds like me.
It's actually me. It's fine. This is okay.
All right. Well, we've got a lot to get to. Don't forget to vote for us on our Orlando Weekly's Best of Orlando competition. Not just nominate, vote for us because we are a finalist. It's under the category Best Local Color, Best Local Podcast. Please vote. Please share it. Don't ballot stuff because we don't want to get disqualified, but please share that link as much as you can. You guys got us nominated. We just need you one more time to get us to the end and win this damn thing. We got a lot to get to, and
sorry.
You're listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.
I have a really good idea.
I should have ended that with okay, vote.
Oh, I like that. That's Mary. I like that. Sorry, Chris. I like that. When we end the show, that'll be the last thing that I'll say is don't forget to vote for us for Orlando Weekly. And we'll be back on Thursday. And I'll then say, okay, vote.
Okay, vote. Also, bye.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah. All right, Chris, what's up?
Are there rules like for this contest?
Yeah, like you can't ballot stuff.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
That means like if they like can tell that you like created multiple like
addresses. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's the only rule.
That and no bots. Like that.
Okay, so I have an idea then.
Yeah.
You can't have a third party vendor.
Yeah.
Like, do a bunch of votes.
Okay, then I have an idea then. What if we did a giveaway?
Should I stop recording?
No, it's fine.
Okay. All right.
What if we did a giveaway? Vote for the No New Friends podcast. Send us a screenshot, and we're going to do a drawing for a $25.
I think that you can't.
How good of an idea is that?
Or lobby
it's a really good idea.
It is, but
I don't know.
I
didn't see that in the rules, but I didn't like read all the fine print.
Yeah.
Maybe Chris, you like to read. You're a research guy.
I dropped out in third grade.
I do have and I've got to do some research on it. But when I was trying to get a bunch of sponsors on Podcorn, I did get a gift card to something. So I need to do research on what the company is.
There's this new podcast that just came out. And they did a subscribe to our, podcast and send us a screenshot and win a, $20 gift card. I thought that was a really.
I thought about doing that for our Facebook. Like,
I think it's one way or the other. I think it's a good idea to do.
Yeah.
You know
Subscribe,
what I
and
mean?
then if you tag us, if you share our Facebook or our YouTube videos on Facebook and tag the No New Friends podcast, you'll be entered. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, you'll be entered in a drawing to win something.
Okay, so
what
it says here's the fine
Mm-hmm.
print. Please celebrate what makes Orlando unique by nominating locally owned businesses wherever possible.
Are you gonna read the whole
vote
thing?
once per category. There's only 3 bullet points.
Okay.
In the first round, any name can be written in. Nominees. If you are having trouble casting votes, you need to clear your browser. No ballot stuffing. If we suspect you obtained your votes unfairly, unfairly. So yeah, that's ruled out via third-party vendors or by voting yourself repeatedly. Yeah, but it's very vague. So
it's very
like,
vague. There are.
There's a long term and condition.
Yes, if you click on the terms and condition, there's a long thing. That's
too vague because they
I can run it by my team, guys.
There you go. Well, the thing is, I don't want to get disqualified. Yeah, I mean,
just the being goal nominated is cool.
The goal was to be nominated. Because again, yes, I would love to beat Tom and Dan, but that's just not going to happen.
Will we know what place we came in?
I think they announced first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
So if we can get in the top 3,
second and third would be first
for us. Yes,
yeah, like that would be amazing.
But again, it's there's the Tuttle one. Tuttle used to be on the Monsters, and then was on a show with Bubba the Love Sponge and Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson here. So he's a real well-known character here in Orlando. Poking the Bear is Ryan Holmes, who is on the Monsters. He won Best Trivia in Orlando two years in a row.
You need to chainmail this thing. Send someone the link and say, please vote for us and send this to 5 friends. I have
good idea.
I'm just trying to think. What about Mary? What about your kids and all their friends?
I sent it to my kids, and I was like, I'm thinking, vote for us now and share it with your friends.
So you know how I was talking about how I do marketing for my work. Maybe one day that's just the post. Like, let's support local LLCs.
Accidentally send an email.
To every single person in our database.
This
is Scott. I think that podcast group thing is an amazing idea.
Yeah. This is the most I when a new episode comes out, I usually post the new episode on that site. This is coming in first, second, or third is pretty much the most important thing to me right now, because that will equal listeners.
When is this? When is the thing over by?
It's long. It goes on for like a month or 2.
I'm really excited about all of this, but it's 8:35 and we've done 1 segment, guys. I'm tired.
We're trying to beat Tom and Dan here, Mary.
Guys, we've been on since like 7:15.
Real quick, because I know that we may lose an episode next week. Do we want to get ahead?
What's next week?
Maybe tomorrow. Well, Mary maybe having.
Oh, that's right. Well, she said you do it from the delivery room.
I'm not gonna have a baby of my own. I just want to steal one. We got to talk about that because it's a thing.
Yeah, we can.
Steal a baby.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that.
If any of our listeners want to post